Finally,
Inner peace.
Puss in Boots has been nominated for an Oscar in Best of Animation. They're finally giving Puss in Boots the respect that they deserve, that I deserve, as Puss in Boots, even though I am not. But finally, we will go into a deep dive on how Puss in Boots can win the Oscar nomination. So, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Now, everyone's been ranting and raving about it because it's just animated so well, and it has one of the best villains ever. Let's get through, and some of the worst villains ever. One amazing villain, the rest of the villains you can kind of throw out. But nominated for Best Animation in the Oscars. Now, if we look into a deep dive in it, this review is going to kind of go into why it was nominated more than a typical movie review and what Oscars usually looks for. Because if you look at this plot, it's pretty linear. Like, it's one of the weakest points of the entire film. Like, it's literally like go from point A to point B, but it's not even that interesting. Like, a lot of people have treasure hunting movies or such, and it's much more interesting than the plot of this. But ironically, I believe that the characters and animation and like all the other aspects of the plot end up pulling it higher. So let's do a little synopsis. Basically, Puss in Boots in this is on his last life. So he wants to go to the Wishing Star to get a wish to get all of his 9 lives back because he's on his last one. Now, of course, other people want the wish, so they bring in other people that want to get the wish, and I'm gonna put the elephant in the room right out of the way. Like, that cupcake boy looking ass, like, oh my gosh, it's such a bad character. Like, oh my gosh, that villain is awful. Like, the cupcake one, the one that has like all the magical stuff, Jack, I think it is. It's like so bad you barely even remember the name. It's like a terrible character. Like, he's like supposed to be so mean, but it just like doesn't hit. Maybe it's the look, maybe it's just the energy, but it doesn't strike me as like, oh my gosh, oh, he's so bad. Like, even if he's like killing his own people, like, it doesn't hit for some reason, and it's just interesting. Goldilocks and the Three Bears.
Goldilocks and the Three Bears.
It's cute. It's cute. It's just, it doesn't hit as hard either. It's kind of a good annoying villain to have, like, you know, it's like Team Rocket. Where they're annoying, they're effective if you ignore them, but like not really a threat. You just blast them off again, honestly. Now the wolf, however, the bounty hunter wolf, is one of the best villains I've seen in a while in a kid's like movie, cartoon, animation, that thingy. That is done expertly well. Like, you actually feel it in your soul, and it's like, when I was watching, I was like, damn, this is so good. This is like adult level villains. It's so hard to even explain, and that's one of the reasons that this character development from that character pulls the movie up so much compared to the other villains. Completely less than C tier, like garbage. Maybe mediocre, maybe, if I'm being nice. Now, of course, Puss in Boots has been in a lot of movies, so he kind of stays consistently. I like how they portrayed him and how it was when he actually met his match against the wolf. Like, the fear and the emotions, I feel like Puss in Boots really was made well in this story. And Kitty Softpaws is fine, and the little puppy, the puppy that follows them around, oh my gosh. That he doesn't have a name most of the movie. Perrito, I think it is. I think that's what the Kitty Softpaw calls him. It's a great character, I'm not gonna lie. At first I thought it was very annoying, and I was like, please, they're gonna have to last us the whole movie, but ooh, okay. Actually done in a very good way. And I think with that strong character development and how they go together, you also just really kind of see that. Definitely they look at the wolf, because the wolf is like the outlier. Very, very strong. So, going in through the animation style, ooh, just seeing how the forest changes for each of them when they hold the map, it's just beautiful. Like, I can't even like tell you that the amount of animation it probably took time to take that is like really good, and that's probably why it's being propped up in like the animation levels, because it just has a lot of detail, and like just the scenes just change in a matter of minutes, and it's like an entire design of the entire scene, and then gone. Like if they wasted their time making it. But it was like that attention to detail is also what makes it strong. Now, I'm not gonna go out there and say like, oh, this plot is so amazing. And I'm going to go and see some more of the other animated, the nominations for the best in animation, but Puss in Boots, if you have not watched it, The Last Wish, I think you should, honestly. It definitely deserves to be on the list. Now, if it deserves to win, it's yet to be seen. I can't make a judgment without watching the other ones, which Puss in Boots is one of the first ones I've watched on the list. So if I had to give a rating, honestly, it's very, very difficult because it feels like a 7.5. It really does. But I feel like some finer details just make it better. And it's hard, so I might have to give it a light 8. 7.5, light 8. That's going to be about the rating. 7.75, but I don't want to get that specific, so around that range. Now, maybe you come after me in the comments, for giving it a low rating.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
But if you look at it realistically, strong characters and weak characters, a linear plot, but animation style done within the plot is just spectacular. A lot of the messaging within the movie is spectacular. Like, especially with the Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Like, how that family dynamic was made, even though the characters are kind of like not super great villains. Like, if you take them out of the villain role, they actually become kind of decent. But that's just why I can't get it higher than a light 8. So we'll give it a light 8. I think that's a fair rating. It's going to be hard to see. We're going to see how... If it wins, it has a high chance of winning, especially if the other animations are worse. So, yeah, no kidding. But either way, if you want to see more Oscar nominees, we're going to be getting... You should check out my review on Avatar: The Way of Water, because Avatar: The Way of Water kicks this one out of the park in animation and like how they build the world, and like the cinematography is just amazing. It's gonna win like visual effects, like for sure, unless it loses to like Top Gun Maverick or something, but I doubt it. So go and check it out right now, and I'll see you in the next one.